But that's the thing about Nintendo, bro, is like, so Nintendo thrives in Japan. Like, if the rest of the world didn't buy Nintendo, Japan is always going to buy it. So I think that's the biggest thing. Like, dudes are constantly buying Switches over there. Dudes are constantly picking up new games that they haven't played, and they play games over there, bro. Like, it's not just like, oh, whatever. Like, because I remember I found out about Monster Hunters from it being big in Japan, and everybody was like, yo, this game is huge in Japan. Like, people can't put it down. They're addicted to the game, things like that. And then I picked it up and I was like, yo, why is this game not popping in America? Because like,
no, man,
Monster Hunters on PSP was on like
PSP,
it was revolutionary, bro. For a PSP game, I was like,
for sure,
bro, this is like the best game that I could ever pick up. Like, I'm talking about this. So this was before I joined the Air Force, and even when I got into the Air Force, I remember I was trying to download it at the BK at Shepherd. Like, I got my PSP and then tried to re-download it when I got there because I had the PSP Go.
Did you jailbreak it?
No. I just you could download Monster Hunters. I think they had Monster Hunters Unite at the time, which was pretty much like, I think it was like a remake of the original.
Well, yeah, man, like it was just a cult classic. Like, I think a buddy of mine, like a classmate of mine, introduced it to me. I think I was playing Monster Hunter 2.
Yeah.
For PSP, and then a whole bunch of us, like, we jailbreaked our PSPs, and it was just like a couple of us playing it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't ever seen the game before, and it's like it was a thing.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing too, is like Monster Hunters, I think a lot of people didn't like it because a lot of people didn't have a PSP. So I'll give them that. True. But once it came out on PlayStation, it was a wrap. Monster Hunter World like took off so big.
So with that being said, what do you think the state of portable gaming is right now? Will?
I think a lot of people, I mean, think about it. The older you get, the less convenient it becomes. I mean, I think for people who travel a lot, I mean, I was at the Volvo dealership this morning. I had to wait like an hour and a half. So I picked up Monster Hunters and I beat like 2 monsters and I was good to go. I think before Nintendo was kind of messing up because they didn't have Bluetooth connectivity for the Switch, and the Switch has been out for what, 3-4 years now? Like,
yes, 4 years.
It dropped when I was in Kadena still. So I'm like, bro, like, how is this now just becoming a feature? Like, but I mean, like you said, like, if they're focusing on Japan is just like, all right, I got some headphones. Like, I don't need Bluetooth connectivity. And to be honest, most people are probably listening to their own music while they're playing Switch. So, and you just have a splitter or something like that. So, you know how tech is in Japan. Like, everybody actually uses the tech out there and not just like, hey, what is this for? What is a USB splitter used for? Like, what is an aux jack splitter used for? Is like when you're playing your Switch and you also need headphones. So, but I don't know, man. Like, I've been wanting to buy Fire Emblem, but I don't want to pay like $60 for this game, bro. The game's been out for 3 years, and I'm just like, bro, like, come on.
So one of my first YouTube channels was going into the history of pretty much how Nintendo started. And Nintendo started as like a Hanafuda shop. I forgot what his name was, but I think his last name was Yamauchi, and he turned his store from because Hanafuda is like a Japanese card game, so it came from that. And I think his grandson, I believe, that's when it started to become like, we're selling games and innovation and all this stuff. But pretty much even from those times, I think like around 50s and the 60s, they were like all about keeping their intellectual property and all that stuff safe. Like, they're all about keeping their hardware prices down, and even though the gaming quality is up, but it's like
the hardware is not
cheaper than,
and that's the thing, is like, it's not hard to get a Switch. Like, I mean, I think you can get the Switch Lite for like $199, and you have access to like a group of games. I mean, so personally, I didn't before I didn't do my research when I bought the Switch Lite. I just thought it was like, a travel size Switch that I could also just like, yeah. And I didn't necessarily like the dual or the detachable controllers, but when it first came out, but then I realized you can't hook up the Switch Lite to a dock, and then I was kind of like, this is not what I expected it to be. Which reminds me, now I know where my Pokemon game is. It's in my Switch Lite. But yeah, I mean, the Switch Lite is kind of like, I guess if you're like a real life mobile gamer, it would give you the same power as a Switch, a regular Switch, which was dope.
Like, honestly, a Switch Lite would probably be more for me because I have like one TV and the family uses it, and it's like old, so I don't really play games on that. So like, it'd be perfect for me. But if I wanted to stream or whatever, like, I'm kind of I don't know.
That was the biggest thing too. Is like, once I got the Switch Lite, I was like, I can't even hook this up to a dock. So if I wanted to stream or anything like that, then I would have to buy a Switch, and then I ended up buying the Switch. I ended up buying a Monster Hunter Switch though. So I mean, yeah, I still got the video in my video and review. Like, it's in the queue, bro. I could go hardcore in editing and building PCs for the next 7 months, but yeah, I want to have like a setup.
You gotta get your priorities straight.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd rather just wait till I get back.
Do you think it'd be better to, like, this is cheap ways, we're just trying here, guys, but do you think it would be better to go to a coin laundry? That's what I did for like a whole year when I was in the States contracting. I
mean, potentially. There's a lot of dope people. I mean, it would give me a reason to play my Switch, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on how far the walk is.
Yeah. Man, this dude is going back to the States.
Yeah. But I'll be back to Japan. I mean, I'll definitely be back. I'm going to try for the next 2 years to get back. But I kind of got to deal with stuff when I go back home. So I'll deal with everything that I need to deal with. And then when we come back, we'll already be established, things like that. We'll make it work. It'll actually be easier too, because then I can be a morning person, because I have to wake up at 6-7 o'clock for you guys. So
yeah, that sucked. Being a morning person again.
Yeah.
But not to get too much off topic. So, Nintendo has been the king of portables since we've been alive. Probably. Yeah, for sure. Why do you think the Sony PSP failed? Like, the Sony Vita failed? So, do you think that the new Google game, not Google, but Steam
Stream Deck.
Steam Deck. You think? Yeah, Steam Deck. You think that's gonna fail also?
So that's very interesting. So Nintendo succeeded because of their game lineup, period, in mobile gaming. Nintendo has always, pretty much any game you could play on their regular console, you could play on their mobile devices. Think about Mario Kart, Mario Party, Zelda. And the thing is like, their games have always been made for technically mobile, because any of the old games from Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Advance or Nintendo Advance, SP, blah, 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 yada, yada, you know the deal. But all those games can be played on the Switch. All those games could be played on 3DS. And at this point, I think they're only getting better with the remakes that they're making. I mean, truthfully, I wasn't necessarily excited about Diamond and Pearl, but now that I'm thinking about it, like, I actually want to play that game. Like, it's because I don't remember it, and it was a well-needed remaster. I also remember that I think I played Platinum, and I believe Platinum was better. I think Platinum for me was better than Ruby and Sapphire. I'm just gonna
this guy capping out here. This guy capping. He's fake.
I'm not, like, dead ass. Like, Emerald, like, was okay, and Rayquaza, okay, I'll give you that. Like, Rayquaza was like a dope Pokemon. It was a dope legendary. I mean, I like dragons. Everybody likes dragons. We all know this. Dragonite's the best dragon Pokemon out there, period. But either way, I'm not gonna fall for this blasphemy. But either way, Platinum was better. It was I enjoyed the storyline. I think the Pokemon were like a little bit better. Like I said, the Pokédex for me on Ruby and Sapphire was what killed it for me. So I think that the PSP failed because they did not bring the gaming lineup like at all. Like there was no games on it, bro. Like I mean, so granted, it was a better media system. Like you could have movies on it, you could have YouTube, Twitch, all this other stuff. But even with that being said, nobody was carrying around a Wi-Fi. Let me not say that nobody, but most people weren't carrying around a Wi-Fi PSP. Nobody was hotspotting. Back then when the system came out, internet was wild and crazy for like a mobile hotspot and things like that, or like mobile data was not even that great for like streaming or in general.
I forgot what, but stick a pin, like I forgot what we did, what me and my buddies, because I jailbroke my PSP and then I had this like VPN tunnel thing that my friend introduced me to, and that's how we would play online. Because it was just ad hoc. Like there was that issue too with the Wi-Fi that you were mentioning. Yeah, the game lineup was like, it was trash, dude. It was
so
at least in the stateside, but they had some good games in Japan.
So low key, I think that the PSP and the PS Vita were ahead of its time, and the technology to maintain a device like that wasn't there, and then the game development wasn't there because essentially it was a PS2 trying to run on a mini PS2. Like the PS Vita was essentially a PS2. So, or maybe a PS. It was like a PS1.
PS 2.5. Yeah, 2.5.
Yeah, like it was like it was capable of running those games, but it wasn't something that you actually wanted to do. Like right now, I think if Sony dropped a handheld system and could just start remastering, like actually remastering games like God of War, Jak and Daxter, Crash Bandicoot has been played out, but I mean a lot of people still play it. Spyro, and even these RPGs like Final Fantasy. Imagine like if they remade like the first Final Fantasies and stuff like that.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Sony has to like do that. Like they have to put effort into their mobile gaming system. And while they're putting a lot into their console gaming and it's thriving, I just don't see that console gaming. I mean, truthfully, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X are the closest thing to a PC. Period. Like I
think so.
I have both of them, and I've talked to my buddies about like how they feel about the consoles, and truthfully the guys who have PCs are just like, yo, like it's fire. I mean, mine has all the things that you can do with the PC. Let's not talk about internet browsing or anything like that, but the gaming experience in general is fine on these new consoles, and I would even recommend buying one of these consoles even at a little bit of a markup over building a PC right now, because now PC, facts. Because just so the only reason why I say that is because the graphic cards are a little bit ridiculous in prices. Granted, I mean, so we have the Steam Deck coming, and truthfully, for $690, which is the one I got, I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, if it's going to only last me like 5 hours, then I might be a little salty about it, because 5 hours worth of gaming is not like a long time. I think it is dope if you have like cross save and things like that. So like say I'm playing, so like think about it, New World just dropped. If I'm playing New World on the PC and then I'm like, all right, I'm getting off with the boys, I'm gonna grind some stuff with myself, and then I can play it on my Steam Deck for like another 5-6 hours, that'll be fine. Do I think it's gonna kill the Nintendo Switch? Not exactly. They're two different platforms. A lot of people aren't going to have a Steam library, so for them to be like, oh man, I gotta buy a Steam Deck, I don't think it's gonna happen. The Nintendo Switch is literally geared towards consumers, and I mean, it's kind of like the Apple and Android thing. It's going to be like that, where it's going to be like you have the Steam Deck.
That's actually a really good analogy. That's a good analogy, actually. Yeah.
So Apple is going to be the Nintendo Switch, and then Android will be the Steam Deck. While you will have more customization and a miniature computer in your hands, a lot of people just aren't going to want that. I'm excited about the Steam Deck, though. Like, as a PC builder, as somebody who enjoys tech, it kind of gives me those Game Gear vibes from back in the day. Like, this is what Game Gear should have been. But I'm excited to see it. I mean, I've seen a lot of good reviews on the Steam Deck. So I think this is going to be something that is definitely a step in the right direction.
So, yeah, just to piggyback off what you're saying, the battery life is going to be a big issue. Big issue.
I mean, even if you can put a battery pack on it.
However, I think that if they could get the game sharing correct, like if you could connect your Steam Gear to your Steam library, I think that in and of itself will blow. I'm not say blow Nintendo out of the water, but it will make it a big competitor.
Yeah. So. All right. No, we were just talking about the Steam Deck and that dropping and versus like Nintendo Switch. We're just talking in here. We're not like doing anything like crazy.
Yeah. No, I got you. I'm trying to figure out why the fuck I look so red.
Yo, every time. I mean, your thing is not fuzzy, but fuzzy as it's your lighting, bro.
It's definitely fuzzy.
Oh, well.
Yo, you just hate on my camera. Just
trying to be nice. I'm telling you, camera. I had that type of camera before, but you don't want to listen.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying it's a great camera.
Bro.
No. I'm not saying it's a great camera. I'm gonna get a better one. I just this was just on the spot right now. I could have it.
Yeah, it's what it is. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. Like, as long as you can see me, it's like cool. But
so y'all hear that? Yeah. Everybody who's watching, these two need us to be monetized so we can start making this money. Because Graham is struggling with this camera and Papa's struggling with this mic. And I'm just
I got a mic. I'm just too lazy to hook it up right now.
I'm getting caught in 4K, so I'm not really tripping.
I mean, my laptop got a camera. I could use that, but I'm not using it. This is fine. Like, I like my setup.
To jump you into this conversation as a third-party view, have you seen the Steam Deck?
The what?
The Steam Deck coming from Steam. It's pretty much like a mini computer.
Like the handheld? Yeah.
How you feel about that?
I love it. Like, oh my god, to be able to play it's like if I have my Switch, it's like if I have the Steam Deck, I can play all of my most. I'm pretty sure all my Steam games.
Said every single game you have in your Steam library.
I don't know how I feel about RTSs on it though.
Oh no. So apparently you can hook it up to a dock and you can hook up a keyboard and mouse to it.
Yep.
So
like at home, yeah.
I mean, even on the go. I mean, somebody's gonna make it to go like they do it for the Apple iPad. Like, it has a whole setup where it literally turns into like a mini computer.
Oh yeah, like the foldy thing.
Yeah. Well, I don't like those, but they have like, I think Apple has like an actual hard stand, but it like folds up. But either way, I mean, I'm already looking at the Steam Deck and people are like already like putting together like stands for them and everything. But you can, it has a USB slot on it. It's supposed to have Thunderbolt, I think.
Thunderbolt.
We'll definitely have to look into this more. I think we should definitely do an episode on comparison.
100%. Like, I'll do a fucking review on that. Like, I'm most likely getting that. Like, that was like
I already pre-ordered it.
Oh.
Yeah, I already pre-ordered mine.
Yeah, and I told this man Pop, I was like, yo, pre-order this shit. He was like, no, man, I don't think I want it. I was like, bro, I don't even care if you want it. Like, this is
how much is it?
Let me see. So mine's, I believe, is $6.99. This is the big boy though. This is like, so based off of the reviews that they did, they were like, for my Steam library personally, and just speeds and everything. I guess the bigger one has like faster processing speeds and everything for your memory, compared to like the lower grade one. But the lower grade one is still going to be good. It's just decent. I mean, you can hook up a external hard drive to this thing anyway.
For
So.
$399, you get a carrying case.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple extra perks, so like I'm a sucker for it, but I definitely wanted the big boy. Truthfully, I'll probably end up getting 2 of them, just because I'm that dude. Well, I want to do reviews on them, so I'll probably get the first one in for the $6.99, and then I'll do a $3.99 one just to do a comparison between the lowest grade and the highest grade, and then I'll probably do a giveaway or something, or we can do a giveaway on our channel. Once we hit like a certain amount of subs or something like that. Don't you? Why you laughing, bro? Like that would be a dope giveaway, bro. Like
no, it definitely would. But I'm not giving away a big boy. Like I'd give.
No. I'm saying like the $3.99, like 64 gigabytes, and this is for.
Oh yeah.
I'm not. Nah, the $6.49 one is. I mean, that's what I would pay for a graphics card, but this is also quarter of 2022, second quarter. So this is like when I'm
April. Time frame.
Yeah, so this will be like when I get back to the States, I'll probably hopefully have my gaming room and everything set up. So my review room.
Exclusive virtual keyboard thing. So I would do that. Like I actually I don't know if I want to get this one yet just because of the move.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I can throw $6.49 at this comfortably.
Yeah, well, the only thing I'm doing is I'm just saving like $100 every month until then, and then I'll just buy it straight out. So that's why I pre-ordered it so far, because it's not even coming out till 2022. So I can literally just be like, all right, set it and forget it. But I want to be able to.
Oh, you don't got to pay right now?
No. It's just a pre-order. It was like
Let's
a $5
make bad decisions.
Well, I don't think they have any more pre-orders open.
That was a while back, dude.
I can reserve it though.
For $5.
Which I mean, like, I don't know.
I low key want to, bro. I want this thing. Like, I need this. I desire this. Thinking about it, I'm dreaming about it, bro. Like, just looking at the Steam Deck video right now, like just the display, like this thing looks amazing. And that's just me being like a super techie dude who loves new technology and everything like that. But it's slim. Mm-hmm. It's not really big. The grips on the handles actually look like it's slim in the middle where you want it to be. But then once you get to the hands, it's like it's like the perfect shape. It feels like, especially because they probably learned off the Switch. So that's another thing I didn't like about the Switch is like it was just a flat Switch. Like it didn't have any like grip to the handles or to the. I mean, it had a little bit of grip on the Joy-Cons, but it wasn't like.
No, it wasn't a grip.
Yeah, you weren't like, holding on to it, and
that shit is flat. Like,
the Steam Deck.
Looking at one right now.
Yeah, mine's is in my backpack because I had it out this morning. But the Steam Deck looks like it's meant for gaming, like meant for
like a handle.
Yeah.